Hello everyone, it's Fluffy! And like I said yesterday, I'm going to show a Po1 game. Po1 and I have been battling from time to time. Half of our games aren't even shown on YouTube, and of the ones that are on YouTube, half of them aren't even shown on my channel. But I'll show one more today. And this is on Caustic Finale. Pretty classic Live League map, I would say. And we played on Tier 1. We have played on Caustic Finale before at Tier 2, where his Kindle completely rolled over my Olaf, because Olaf will never get his power in time. But this is Tier 1, completely different. I went Javier because Comm Tower. That's the only reason. Von Bolt is banned in Tier 1 on this map because his day-to-day is just... There's just too much brawl going on in this mixed base map to ever really give any other Tier 1 COs a chance to win. So Javier is pretty much Von Bolt, but I have to get the tower first before my day-to-day activates. And how hard is that? I mean, I have the comm tower down here. To my surprise, Po1and actually picked Sammy, who I believe is banned in Tier 2. That's why he went with Kindle in Tier 2. I was expecting Sasha, since I would think Sasha is also a rather offensive CO, trying to knock out their opponents before they ever get a power. But I guess Sammy is also very early game offensive, but I don't see this happening all that well, except for maybe a Victory marching my comm tower or something. But let's just begin. Alright, as usual, we go for our neutral bases first. I don't know why, but I like pretending to capture this. It's just something I feel like doing. You know, next time I'm going to do a loop-de-loop where I just loop this way and then capture the base because I feel like doing it. I also go for this bottom property first over this top property because there's a capture chain. Po1and does the same thing, goes for the chain capture. You typically want to go for capture chains first because you can immediately go from capturing one city to the next city. Both Po1and and I also skipped the turn 1 capture here. I did it because I wanted to capture this contested property before chaining onto the back property here. Mostly because I'm against Sammy and I know I can't contest early game Sammy. I get my artillery first. I did it to contest the corner, and I'm hoping that by sending it up here, Po1and also sends it to this corner down here. Basically, whatever attention I bring, I want it to not be at the comm tower. He moved the artillery away. The comm tower is now mine. I also built a recon here because just in case the artillery does go left, my recon would be pretty much uncontested. There is a tank, but I can send my recon the other direction. I send my recon up here. I noticed Po1and did not capture either of these properties yet, or begin capturing them, and it's pretty clear that it's to stop my comm tower. this tank moves up over here, it protects this infantry from my tank, this infantry from my recon, and this infantry from my recon. The problem is, the tank is protecting too many targets and there's only one tank. So I decide to take this shot, kill off an infantry. Getting rid of Sammy infantries are really good in the long run because that's less victory mark shenanigans you have to deal with. And I go for this infantry kill as well. I said I go for this kill as well. And I begin capping my comm tower with my supporting infantry in position to attack the mountain and not get attacked by the next infantry moving in. I also built another tank so that I could have tank, infantry, clear infantry from the mountain, and this infantry will block the tile to reach my comm tower. With Sammy's firepower, this infantry is guaranteed to do 5 HP of damage, but that means I will still be able to capture it in 2 more turns, which I'm perfectly fine with, because that means I get to become Von Bolt. I continue pressuring this city up here. I'm pressuring it right now before this artillery can come into play. I really wanted to begin capturing this property. I really did. Po1 goes after my tank, so my recon gets off for free. Yay! Two more tanks get built here. And this artillery moved here and is not covering this city. I guess it's afraid of my recon, but the bridge should also be a safe spot for it. So maybe the best position for this artillery would be the bridge. Either way, I get to capture this property now because it's not being covered. I'm not even going to bother trying to interrupt this because this is Sammy. You can't interrupt Sammy. And I completely kill off this infantry on the mountain, securing my comm tower, and I'm now guaranteed to get it next turn. I then move my recon up here because all the tanks are down here. I get to be super annoying. And you can see I'm much more bold with my infantry now. Now that I know I'm getting the Von Bolt stats, I'm encouraging a fight over here where I still have my recon, but I'm also getting some vehicles out here as well. So, once I get my Von Bolt day today, I'm going to win in all of these engagements, because that's just how strong he is. That's why he's banned in tier 1 on this map. Po1 goes for this shot, which is before my comm tower, and reduces my tank to 1, interrupts this capture. He chooses not to artillery fire here because my indirect defense as Javier means that I'm guaranteed to survive and capture this city next turn. So he opted to kill this infantry instead. I lose 1 infantry here and I take 2 additional first strikes. But I'm fine with that, because now I got my comm tower, which means I shall win every single engagement. I don't care if he first strikes me, because I'm pretty much on the city. And I'm much more bold now. I don't care that I'm walking into reinforcement range. I just want more engagements, because the more brawly we are, the stronger my day-to-day becomes. I even take a strike within 1 turn's reinforcement from his base, and I focus on knocking out his infantry, because the less infantry I have to deal with, the better. More tanks! I even choose not to build a tank here because I wanted tanks on this side where the fight will be more important. That means I'm encouraging Po1 to attack my tank here, but I don't care because this tank will be, well, not really push into this corner, because that would be within 1 turn's reinforcement from my base. And it also means this tank wouldn't be where the important fight is happening. I lose the city, but I'm fine with that, because I can take it back. He begins capturing this city. Oh no, my city. And I was slightly hesitant to send my tank to first strike this tank because Sammy Power is online, but I didn't think Po1and would use it. But you can see here I'm thinking about it, but ultimately I didn't think Po1and would actually use the normal power just to kill the tank. And I also found a way to wall it off, which we will see later. I retreat my tank over here, and yep, like I said, I kill this tank, I wall off the mech. The mech can still target this tank, but that would take away this tank's target, which already a good shot. You don't really need to waste your power just to kill a 1 HP tank. That's probably how much I will survive here. I tried to kill off this tank, didn't quite get it, but I still killed off this infantry, which is good for me, because less victory march shenanigans. I know I'm leaving my cities here quite unprotected, but those aren't important, they're just 2 cities. It's more important that I kill everything, because that's what Von Bolt does. You win the brawl and then you just win with unit count. Somehow my 9 HP infantry killed the 2 HP tank. I didn't even realize that until I saw the replay. And now I'm very close to my superpower. I don't intend to use it. I intend to use my normal power 2 turns in a row. But before I do that, I try to take engagements that are that wouldn't matter. So first things first, I send my tank to kill this infantry, and that's the second time it happened. What's going on? I don't quite kill it, but I do kill this infantry. I probably should have just artilleried this infantry, didn't use my power. It was a 8 to 9%, but I guess I underestimated how much HP this infantry has. Either way, here's the tower shield. I stack my infantry here so that this infantry cannot victory march to my city. I set my tank on my comm tower, so there is no victory march to take my comm tower. Kill this tank, continue capturing. I believe Po1and moving the artillery down here to protect the city is a mistake. I have more units here, so the city will probably fall, but more importantly, I'm now putting a state of perma-brawl here, so there will always be fighting on this corner every single turn. Which means he can never build an artillery, because the artillery will not be able to turn 1 attack something. So losing this artillery is huge, because that's the only artillery that will ever appear on this front. I kill off this tank. I'm pretty much combi right now with my 30-30 stats. I don't bother interrupting this because victory march is coming. I instead build a tank. I could pretty much build everything and my base will still be anything and my base will still be fine. This artillery will do 0 damage to whatever is on that base, thanks to... Wait, hang on, never mind. If I built an infantry, Sammy could go victory march, send infantry, reduce my terrain defense from it, and then artillery to finish it off. Yeah, I think that's what happened. that's... Either way, a tank on this front is good anyway, so it's fine. But with the infantry unable to damage my tank, now I will be guaranteed to have 100% indirect defense on this city. Well, on this base. And for my last move, I noticed none of the infantries are within victory march distance from this city, so I moved it back here to support my comm tower, while also accidentally blocking a victory march to take the city. But let's just say I did this and skillfully blocked it, as well as supported my comm tower. My defense allows me to survive these. Here's the victory march. The 1 HP infantry I didn't kill, it has came back to bite me. And you can see how much having combi stats mean. Not sure what else this mech can really target. It can target this tank, but that's 60% defense. This is also 60% defense as well. Well, either way, you could just see how the lack of unit count is hurting Poland here. He can't interrupt anything because he just does not have the units for it. I lose the city as expected. He captures both of these neutral properties. He's unable to clear this infantry because of my defense. And look at this engagement. It's a little ridiculous. And this is why Von Bolt is banned. As for why Javier is allowed, it is possible to deny him the comm tower, but it will mostly be Sasha doing that with her faster vehicle rate. Still, I see the tank moving in. I'm about to get my second tower shield. I'm not too worried about my comm tower because the victory march has already ended. So I just continue my brawl up here. I kill off this mech. I attack this tank. And we could see how the difference in the first strikes. The stats are just too much in my favor right now. I move my tank to attack from the top direction so I can attack from the bottom direction as well. I kill off this infantry and I move my artillery in a very scary position here. Activate tower shield, so I'm now combi again. I attack this tank. I attack this tank, I attack this tank, and I join my infantry because I just really wanted the city. And I'm not too worried about this base right now. I got my power active, so yeah. I'm pretty much invincible now. And I kill off this infantry just before I end my turn. Aha! My combi defense! My tanks won't die! Well, it wouldn't have mattered much. I win the 1v1 tank engagement here. You can see how the day-to-day powers of Javier is really kicking in once the comm tower is online. I'm down income the whole time, but I'm just getting so much positive engagements that the income doesn't matter. Oh, and my tank survived the infantry shot as well. Let's just add more insult to injury. I kill off this tank. Well, I mean, I kill off the infantry on the base, and I begin capturing. I wall it off so that the Neo tank cannot help stop the base. This is the second time I failed to kill a 1 HP infantry on a 0 terrain tile with a 1 HP tank. Ah well, I'm sure I'll be fine. At this point, I'm not really worried about losing Well, because I got the base, but also because you could see very clearly why Von Volt would be banned. There's just constant fighting every single turn. Not a single turn of non-fighting. I also begin my march down the second comm tower because I'm already putting a lot of threats up here. If I continue making threats elsewhere, I mean, Sammy pretty much has 2 HQs to defend. She has to defend her actual HQ and the comm tower, which is also a win condition for me. I kill off this tank, and I wall off my infantry, not that it could be attacked by anything, but I prepare my infantry to capture the comm tower. There is still one way I can lose, and that's HQ cap. But I'm not too worried about it since I don't believe Sammy can get Victory March in time. I built a recon here just to sit on the HQ next turn. And here he's sacking whatever he can to get the Victory March, but there's just nothing to charge the Victory March. And that was this game. As for what he could have done, well, he definitely could have put more effort into denying my comm tower. When I sent my artillery up, he could have sent his artillery to the corner to deny my comm tower. The infantry could move to this road, the artillery can move behind it. The turn after, he also has enough to buy a tank, so he could just build one tank over here to support it if I send vehicles down myself. The artillery could lock the comm tower while the infantry interrupts it for just enough time for the artillery to get the lock. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. Once I got the comm tower, it's over. Sasha, who is still allowed in tier 1 here, probably has the best chance against Javier. Sasha gets more vehicles out sooner because of her 10% extra income, or more like 100 funds per property, which is effectively 10%. But those extra vehicles could really secure the comm tower while also not lose too hard on the other fronts. You saw how I was preparing a recon here to harass all of Sammy's infantry if Po1and ever sends his army to the corner. I intended to win everywhere else with my recon harassment, which I mean, towers are pretty much traps, a beginner trap where people fight for it while losing everywhere else. But against Javier, it might not be that. It might not even be a trap, it might be necessary. The day-to-day is just so strong here. But that's about it. Po1and and I, we will be having more battles. As I said earlier, half of our battles aren't even on YouTube. And the half that is on YouTube, half of those aren't even on my channel. But yeah. After this battle, I declared Po1and as my rival. So we will be, the three of us including Starflash, we will be competing for the King of Live, and by that I mean get the #1 spot on the Live League spreadsheet. And we have an unofficial ranked Live League on the Advanced Wars by Web Discord. Feel free to join it. A link is in the description where you can join the Discord. And you could just come into the Live League and play with us. Well, you might not play with us, and you can, we could just, if sometimes Po1and seeks out blood, sometimes I seek out blood, so you can battle any one of us. But Po1and and I, we will be trying to battle for the #1 spot in Live League. As of right now, it's just a battle between me and him with the #2 spot. But I do plan to take on Starflash one day. I might not, but I can try. But that's all. Goodbye. Goodbye.